Welcome. My name is Gabe Ripley. I am a computer geek, mostly for tattooers. And my mission is to help tattooers leave the longest lasting positive impact they can on humanity. It sounds a little grandiose, but tattooing's pretty intense and it's awesome. So, how are we doing this? Mostly through computers and business. Today, we're talking about updates that we have inside of the TattooNOw system. So, if you're a current client, you might have gotten an email or a text. You definitely want to upgrade. And if you are not a current client, then you should consider it because we're always thinking about tattooers and how to help. So we have new setup website options, which is pretty awesome, as well as a new frequently asked questions administration, which is I've been working on it. It's pretty exciting. So we'll see here inside of the admin area. This is our new onboarding form. So after you onboard, we now have two preferences links, and these will show up in your admin. But until you get in touch with me, then we're not going to actually turn them on to your. There's nowhere for them to go. So don't edit them yet, but get in touch and we'll turn them on. We have our location preferences, and so these are short pieces of information, a couple longer ones that we're using inside of our system. Studio hours, Instagram account. We have other accounts that you keep track of too. I.e. styles, world class in this case, business founding date, hello, etc. Right. Then we have branding. We have our process. We've got pricing, aftercare, etc. So all of these values now are being displayed inside of our website. So our new template website. And if you don't want to change anything, we can update you so that it doesn't change. But our new template, you'll see here, uses those values, right? So world class is picked out from that styles. East Hampton is the town that I'm in, right? A lot of this is picked straight from those values, so we could put them in here, and it's awesome. Now, what I was also talking about before is the frequently asked questions. And so we worked with the AI and with the search engines, and we picked out, I think it's like 50, and then I have an amazing crew of tattooers, of advisors, over 200 years experience between all of them. We're all getting kind of old. Main point is then we edited him heavily, and we now have 50 amazing questions, all categorized and organized by the client journey, starting with what should I know while getting my first tattoo? And these are all really well thought out. How do I pick a design? Will you copy another artist's tattoo exactly? How do I choose the right size? How do I book an appointment? What happens now? You might be thinking, oh, that's great, but all of these, we have different answers. You're talking to hundreds of artists here, maybe thousands of artists, which is okay because back in our admin tools, we have preferences, fact questions and answers, and we have our 9 different topics for frequently asked questions. Each of them has between 5 and 7 questions and answers, and they are picked, so they're deliberate. There's a lot of things that you can modify, but these questions, I wouldn't touch the questions or the headers much unless you're being very deliberate because they're there for both search engines and for AI, and mostly for people, the questions that people are actually asking. And then, but definitely dig in to the answers, right? So you could go in and you could adjust all of these answers to your heart's content. How do I find a good tattoo artist? What's the best placement for a first tattoo? Booking processes. Um, how do I book a tattoo appointment? What happens at a tattoo consultation? How far in advance should I book, etc. And we go through all the questions. Again, there's 50 of them. Um, it's pretty intense. So yeah, so these questions and answers, they go up on the websites as you're seeing in both, not only in the frequently asked questions spot, but also in the booking page. We'll have the booking frequently asked questions answers. Um, then and also in automations, right? So if we're here in back to TattooNOw, and our clients don't have to dig around into the workflows too much. I'm happy to do all this computer geeky stuff, but I'll show you here. Inside of our workflows, our service workflows, we've got our um, after tattoo follow up. So this is a routine that runs after a tattoo person is after they've gotten tattooed. It waits a couple hours, then it sends them an SMS. And you'll see here, right in our SMS, we're using those custom values. So we're using our those frequently asked questions based around healing. These are the ones based around healing, and we're sending them out as a SMS message. And again, we replace them in one spot. and then those questions and answers, and they go out throughout the whole network, as well as the AI knowledge base, right? So this is crazy. So those same question and answers that you're answering right there in this one spot here in our preferences. So when you're going here to preferences, frequently asked questions, and you answer all of these, 50 questions, um, they get used on the website, they get used in the emails and the SMSs, and they will also get used with the AI agents. So up here in our knowledge base, we have our existing knowledge base, and then we sent our web crawler, and it looks like it's there. It's been there, yeah. We sent our web crawler to that frequently asked questions page, right? And so these are all, amazing, well thought out questions and answers, perfect for the knowledge base. And we don't need to reload it. We know what it looks like. Um, so when I don't know, do I have we'll see if I have an AI bot already hooked up. Conversation AI. I might not. Agent list. Oh yeah, okay. Q&A. Let's just make sure this is hooked up to our knowledge base, and then we could ask it some questions. Bot training. Existing knowledge base. Okay, so it looks like it. So if we come over here and we say, what do I need to consider getting my first tattoo? All right, we'll find out. We're doing this live, everybody. Um, think about your design, research your artist, prepare your body, rest, eat, and hydrate, bring ID, and wear comfy clothes for easy access to the tattoo. Okay. Let me find one of these questions and answers that are deep. Let's see. How about, how do I find a good tattoo artist? Okay. So it's being very short, right? But check the artist portfolio for clean lines, healed work. Make sure their style matches yours. Visit studios, read reviews, see if you vibe with them. Okay. Um, inside of our bot settings, we could tell it to be more verbose. I don't want to, that's a different video, but let's see here. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell, right? So we have it set up so that you answer the questions in one spot, and it goes out in all the places, including um, being the knowledge base for the AI. Oh, flyers in line. Yeah, that's another update that I have set up for. I set it up first for some TattooNOw affiliates. So if you're a current client and like to be a TattooNOw affiliate, definitely hit me up. But let's see here. Could I get to it on the fly? Marketing. Okay, here we go. So this is a link where we can create different flyers without getting into Photoshop, right? So we'll see here. This is a postcard, a flyer, right? Helping tattooers evolve in tech and business. It's got a QR code that we can create with our QR code generator. I've got the QR code generator here inside of the marketing tools, and so we could download the QR code and then upload a new QR code, and all of these elements we could update, right? So the logo, the TattooNOw logo, we could change out. The CTA at the bottom, right? Best platform for studios, right? We could say live YouTube video demos are best for conversions, for sales. And then you'll see here that, boom, live YouTube video demos are best for sales. Isn't this amazing? Now, if you have this for your tattoo shop, then we could have tattoo images. This is these could be testimonials for your amazing tattooers, and then we could plop the tattoos on top. Right. Um, when we're done, we come on down here, we create the image, and then you'll see here, these are some of the other previous posters that I've created. It's pretty cool. So if you're interested in that kind of service, we could help set it up from your end. Again, I'm always helping connect all the techie stuff for tattooers. I have for uh, 25 plus years, and will probably for another 25 until I'm dead. But anyways, anyway, current clients, hit me up. I'd like to set up all of these things for you. We do need to upgrade your websites in the next couple of weeks. So like I said, you might be here because you're probably here because I hit you up in an email. And if you just kind of stumbled upon this on YouTube, then, I think the next, well, we'll talk about some of the more projects we have coming up. And then I've got a slide that's got a QR code. Icons and Prodigies is a tattoo event. It's happening November 14th and 15th in Venice, Italy. And the lineup is stellar. Alex DePasse is the mastermind behind it, and then Alicio and I help him with the promotion and the production, as well as Stefania and a whole Italian crew, another Italian crew. But we'll see here. If you go to the Instagram, it's up to date. I'm working feverishly on the website. Um, this is a new poster from Tommy Lee. But the lineup is just absolutely spectacular. The prodigies and the new generations of tattooers are excelling, at tremendous rates. And then there's a bunch of, the icons, the older crew, who've seen a lot of mistakes being made and have again, a wealth of experience. And again, if you come down to the Icons and Prodigies Instagram, check it out. Oh, the poster from another poster. The first one up top was from Tommy Lee. This is from the Buena Vista Social Club. Ooh, now I'm doing crazy stuff with my screen share here. But yes, the Icons and Prodigies is an amazing event that you should be hit up. It's the best tax write-off that you can get. If you're in Europe, it's a no-brainer. If you're in America, you still have time to do it, and it's actually not as expensive as it's rumored to be. You could get pretty reasonable Airbnbs. Some of the hotels are less than 100 euros a night. And anyways, the other event that we're helping produce this year is the Paradise Artist Retreat with Jake Meeks from the Fireside Tattoo Network. And we've got 3 headliners confirmed so far, and we're confirming our other tattooers. Right now, we've got 3 days of inspiration and art creation on October 6th to the 8th, 243 days as of the recording of this video. And we'll see we've got headliners Peter Moorbacher, who you should definitely check out on YouTube. You should check them all out on YouTube and Instagram. They're all pretty amazing. And Jennifer Gennari, I think is her name, or how to pronounce it. Jen_art on the Instagram. And David Chiefetz, who's an accomplished still life painter here, as you can see, but is tattooing. He's learning to tattoo. And so early bird tickets are now on sale. So if you go to paradiseartistretreat.com, then you could pick up those early bird tickets. Okay, lastly, go to longevity.tattoonow.com or tattoonow.com, and we have things for tattooers. We have services, both free and paid professional ones for studios, as well as events. Some of the scheduling tools that we have for events are unmatched right now. You imagine studio or studio promoters too. We use it for studios, but for convention promoters, every morning you can wake up and have 5 to 10 draft posts ready for your approval. A third of them don't work, but then 2/3 of these posts you can be rescheduling in minutes. Anyways, check it out. Hopefully, if you got to the end of this video, I'm not boring you too much. I know that we're supposed to do short attention span shit. Anyways, I'm done. Hopefully this works. Thank you.